أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Inshallah ta'ala, in a few days' time, we'll have a madrasa holiday. Students will be going home, seeing their parents, brothers, sisters, relatives. It's a very happy occasion, and also it's a test and a trial. The month of Zilhijjah, today is the 2nd of Zilhijjah. It's a very pious month, very virtuous month. As will be performed, inshallah, the Qurbani, the 10 days of the 1st of Zilhijjah are the best days of the whole year for making ibadat of Allah Ta'ala. Ibadat in form of performing salat, reciting Quran Sharif, fasting, sadaqah, khairat. So these are the acts to glorify Allah Ta'ala. And the climax of this glorification and praising of Allah Ta'ala is sacrificing on the name of Allah Ta'ala on the day of Eid. So it's a gradual increase in ibadat. We start from the 1st of Zilhijjah and we move on and we perform the Qurbani, and then after Qurbani, Allah says, وَإِذَا قَضَيْتُم مَنَاسِكَكُمْ فَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ كَذِكْرِكُمْ آبَاءَكُمْ وَأَشَدَّ ذِكْرًا. When you completed your Hajj duties, then remember Allah Ta'ala as you used to remember your forefathers, and even more. So nevertheless, these days are days of ibadat. Allah Ta'ala does not like ibadat to be made in any other days as Allah Ta'ala likes to be these days. So this is one of the acts, alhamdulillah, in madrasa we are engaged in reciting Quran Sharif most of the time. While staying in madrasa, we can perform our salat with Jamaat. And beside that, there's a chance to stay away from evil and sins of the outside. So this is the one aspect of this month, to value it and engage in some ibadat as much as possible. Secondly, making Qurbani, as mentioned before, that whoever is baligh, mature, and he has to simplify 360 pounds. This is the amount of zakat at the moment. Anyone who has 360 pounds, and zakat is falls upon that person, and also Qurban is also wajib on that person. So to simplify the masla, whoever is baligh and he has 360 pounds or more in the days of Eid, then it is wajib upon him to make Qurbani. This applies to all members of the family. It's not just the one main person in the house who has to make Qurbani. All the members of the family who are mature, baligh, male and female, and individually they have 360 pounds or more, then it is wajib to make Qurbani. Wherever the Qurbani will be made, inshallah, it will fulfill the obligation, but it is better to perform Qurbani where we live, so that practically the sunnah is revived and it carries on in our generations after we leave. So this is a second matter, that we make Qurbani, inform our family members beforehand regarding the masla, so they also make Qurbani and they do not miss out. If Qurbani is wajib upon someone, but because of not knowing the masla, for whatever reason he or she does not make Qurbani, it becomes a major sin of not fulfilling the wajib. So it's necessary they informed and they make Qurbani. And if Qurbani is not made in the days of Qurbani, the 3 days, 10, 11, 12 of Zilhijjah, then after that they have to give that amount of money to poor people. For example, one Qurbani is 250 pounds, one sheep, one goat. Then now one cannot make Qurbani after days have passed. Even someone slaughters the animal, it will not count as a qurbani. He will have to compensate in a money form, meaning he will have to give £250 to poor people who are eligible for taking zakat to compensate for that. So if somebody does not make qurbani during the days of qurbani, then after that he has to make tawbah and give that amount of money on the behalf of each person of the family to compensate for this obligation. So one should not miss out for himself, and also inform the family members that they should know the masla and act according to it. Third matter is going home, meeting our parents, brothers and sisters and relatives. How should we stay at home? How should we behave at home? How should we treat our parents, brothers and sisters? That is the most important matter. By staying in madrasa, we engage in good acts, good work, but going home is a different life. As soon as you step out of the madrasa, the mood changes, the attitude changes, the behavior changes. So it's a very great test and trial if somebody can pass it. And the simple scale, whether I pass my test or fail my test, is look at your parents. Are they pleased with me? When we go home, everybody's smiling, everybody's happy, father, mother, brothers, sisters. But while we stay at home, does that happiness stay on their face? That all slowly and slowly fades away to the end, that you can see gleam on the face because of us, because of our behavior or misbehavior. So that is our test. We go home, everyone is happy, you can see the brightness on the parents' face, everyone. We come back and we can see the satisfaction on their face. They're pleased with us and satisfied with our behavior, our stay at home. Alhamdulillah, we have passed our test. So there are many aspects to this holiday. Amongst them is a test for us. How do we stay at home? How do we behave with our parents, brothers and sisters? We please them, they're pleased with us, we behave in a good way, we are well-mannered and very respectful, obedient to the parents, we do not come up with any mischief, we do not do anything. Alhamdulillah, we have passed our test. And everything went upside down. Our salat went, our clothes changed, and most of the time he's on his mobile, on his PlayStation, and wrong things. He has passed it, he has failed his test. So it's a few days, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, but there are days of happiness also, and there are days of test also. So we read through concerning how one should stay at home, how one's behavior should be with his parents, especially brothers and sisters, so that it becomes a reminder for us, and we can act upon it, control ourselves. The main point comes to here, controlling oneself, controlling one's nafs. One of the students, he came to me and he said, before I came to madrasa, I used to commit evil and sins and I thought I was free. I had a freedom, I could do what I could do, or I could do what I wanted to do. Nobody could stop me. But staying here, alhamdulillah, I realized that that was not freedom, it was slavery of the nafs, it was slavery of shaitan. Alhamdulillah, that's something good realization for a student, and it should happen and apply to all of us, that we should recognize ourselves. Man arafa nafsahu arafa rabbahu. The Sufi Kiram says, who recognizes his nafs, he has recognized his love. Meaning, this inner power inside us, that is the controlling power. Rather than the nafs controlling us, we control the nafs, we drive the nafs, that is our success. And Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu alaykum anfusakum. All believers get control over your nafs. Allah commands himself. Allah is the maker of us. Allah knows everything about us, our nature. وَمَا أُبَرِّئُ نَفْسِي إِنَّ النَّفْسَ لَأَمَّارَةٌ بِالسُّوءِ. Allah is the maker of our nafs. Allah is saying himself through Yusuf alayhi salam, that the nature of the nafs is to call towards evil and sins. We can see for ourselves, 24 hours, their desires, their lust, passion, erupting in our heart. So that is the nature of the nafs. Our test is in controlling it. That you can't stop the desires, you can't stop the lust, you can't stop the demands of the nafs, no matter how we try. But our test is not to follow, not to fall for the demands of the nafs. وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ وَنَهَى النَّفْسَ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ. Whoever feared to stand in front of Allah Ta'ala and he controlled his nafs. He stopped his nafs from what it demands. So this is our test. Usually people feel, we feel here that we do not recognize our nafs, that the person is doing slavery of the nafs and he thinks I'm free. He does wrong things and he thinks I'm free. Nobody can stop me. My father can't stop me. My mother can't stop me. My teacher, everyone. He does not know. Nevertheless, the person, once he acquires this realization, it dawns on his heart and he starts to follow it practically, meaning control of the nafs. We cannot take out the desires from our nafs, but whether to act upon it or not, that is in our hands. And that is the root of deen. More person can control his nafs, more he will be able to follow the deen, and more he will be on Shariah. وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Whoever makes effort in our deen, he will guide him towards our paths of hidayat and guidance. So nevertheless, that one, in this month, the Hajj will be performed, Qurbani will be made, days of ibadat, and with that we're going home, we'll be in front of our parents, they will judge us, they know everything about us, and they will compare how we were before and how we are now. They become happy with us, they become satisfied with us, with our behavior, with our character, with our actions. We punctual with salat. Rather than mother and father have to wake us up, we wake them up. We knock on the door before for salat time. Father, mom, it's salat time, get ready. So that will be better for us. They see us reciting Quran Sharif, they see us helping in the house, that will make them happy. So we're going home, it's a happy occasion, and it's a test also. So test is, if our parents are happy with our good behavior, good actions, inshallah, Allah is also happy. Rizal Walid, the Sharif, if you want to see whether Allah is pleased with you or not, look at your parents. Your parents are happy with you because of your good actions, good behavior. It's an indication that Allah is also happy with you and Allah is also pleased with you. And Sakhatul Rabbi, Sakhatul Walid. Allah's displeasure is in the displeasure of the parents. So the parents are the indication to judge and to gauge whether Allah is pleased with me or not. Meaning through our behavior, through our actions. So how we should behave with our parents. We know, based on the matter is mentioned, the outer environment, outer society overtakes us, and we get drifted away, and we get carried away, and we forget how we're behaving, displeasing our parents, and distressing our parents, and does not realize. So we should not fall for that trick. End of the holiday, that, oh, I spoiled. I regret it now. It was better I did not go home. It was better I did not behave in that way. But the time has gone. You can't change what happened. So a sensible person, he controls himself before the occasion, not when wrong things have happened, and he regrets it, because you cannot rectify after the wrong has been done. So inshallah, this topic concerning how to behave with the parents, it will help us when we go home, how to stay with the parents, how to stay with our brothers and sisters and family members, so they become happy with us, and we come happily also with a feeling of satisfaction. Alhamdulillah, I managed to control myself, I passed my test. Not the other way, that he has to regret, oh, I spoiled myself, I wasted my time. It was better I did not go home, I was better off staying here. One should not have these feelings after coming back from the holiday. माँ बाप के साथ अच्छा बर्ताव और रिश्तेदारों के साथ अच्छे सलूक का बयान. Good behavior with the parents and good behavior with the near relatives. After the parents, the most near people are brothers and sisters, and uncles, aunties, and then so on. अल्लाह ताला फरमाते हैं, وَقَضَىٰ رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا إِمَّا يَبْلُغَنَّ عِندَكَ الْكِبَرَ أَحَدُهُمَا أَوْ كِلَاهُمَا فَلَا تَقُل لَّهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا وَقُل لَّهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة وقل رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. MashaAllah, most of it, we hafiz of this ayat. So if we bear this ayat in mind, we understand its meaning and keep this ayat in front of us, inshallah we won't go wrong. We will be in a good position and behaving in a good way. This is Allah Ta'ala's mentioned in such a concise way all the behavior concerning parents, the positive side, the negative side. Allah has mentioned few words. It's very easy to remember. It's matter on the occasion, remembering it and following it, acting according. So it's such a comprehensive ayat that if anyone keeps it in front of him and is in front of his parents and he acts according to the advice of this ayat, inshallah he won't go wrong, he will be on the right path and he will acquire pleasure of Allah Ta'ala and pleasure of parents also. Those who are alim, alhamdulillah, they understand the meaning by itself, and the meaning is also very easy to understand. It's a very easy ayat to understand. तुम्हारे रब ने कतई हुक्म दिया है कि किसी की इबादत न करो सिवाय उसके. Your Lord has commanded you in a very affirmative way that do not worship anyone except Him, meaning Allah Ta'ala. So that's the right of Allah Ta'ala. Allah just mentioned one verse. Do not worship except me, Allah Ta'ala. And after that, a long discussion and a long detail of how to behave with the parents. और माँ बाप के साथ एहसान करो. Very first thing, do ihsan with your parents. One is justice and one is ihsan. Justice is to fulfill the right. Whatever right is upon us, we fulfill it, that is called justice, adl. And to go beyond the right which is upon us, that is called ihsan. We have a laborer at home and we fix the price of his work, £100. He's completed his work, we give £100, that is not ihsan, that is insaf. But after giving £100, we give £20 extra. This £20 extra is ihsan. So Allah Ta'ala says, don't keep to justice with the parents. Go beyond that and do ihsan with the parents. They don't need to tell. You see, they go in the kitchen to make tea. They don't need to be told. You don't need to be told. No, you get up yourself. And you say, Mom, Papa, you stay in your place. I'll bring tea for you. I'll eat the food for you. So the very first thing Allah says, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Do ihsan with your parents, meaning don't just suffice on fulfilling the right. No, go beyond that and do ihsan, more than what is upon you. अगर उनमें से एक या दोनों बुढ़ापे को पहुंच जाएं, तो उनको उफ भी न कहो. If both of them or one of them reaches old age by you, and because of old age, they cannot control themselves, you did something, they did something which you disliked, so we are not permitted to show our dislikeness by saying, oof. For example, they live in your home, and the father, he has spitted on the carpet, so the son will feel it, my carpet has been spoiled, or they spitted on the wall, So it is not permissible for the son to say, to show his displeasure to that amount. From here we can understand that they did something and the son does not like it. He is not allowed to show his displeasure even by saying oof. If he says oof, he has committed a major sin. So from here we can realize answering back to the parents, raising voice in front of the parents, arguing with the parents, how far these things will go. When we're not allowed to even say oof, then these things are very much away from that. So if something occurs from them which the son does not like, he should bear it, keep his tongue in control, and not utter any type of word from his mouth. This is the least amount. We're not allowed to say that to that amount. And to go beyond that is even more dangerous and serious. Allah unko jirko, don't jerk them. That, for example, something occurred that the old age, they could not control and urination came out on the carpet, on the bed, etc. So the son, he cannot jerk the father, what you done? You spoiled my bed, you spoiled my carpet, I just renovated my house. No, that is not. It becomes a major sin. So from here we can see how we behave with our parents. Answering back and shouting at them, raising our voice, arguing with them. These things are beyond the limits of Shariat and very, very major sins. So these are the negative. What not to do with them. If that something occurs, don't show your displeasure by saying oof. And going further, don't jerk them. Positive side, or unse naram baat kaho. So if you remember this, inshallah, it will save us from all type of disrespect. It will save us from abusing them and misbehaving with them. 2 words, la taqul lahuma uff wa la tanharhuma. So negative, how we should not behave with them, Allah mentions in 2 short words. How should we behave with them? The positive side. Or unse naram baat kaho. Speak with them politely. Speak with them with respect and honor. So this is the positive side. और उनके सामने जिल्लत का बाजू झुका दो, and stand in front of them with politeness and humbleness, like a slave standing in front of his master. That it should not be that the parents are standing, he's sitting on a sofa. So that lower yourself in front of them and stand in front of them with respect and honor that he shows, like we perform salat. How do we stand? How we raise our hands? How we bow our head? So that is in front of Allah Ta'ala. So that is a sample, and that is a reminder that how we should stand in front of parents also with respect and honor, that they can feel it, not pulling his chest out, putting his hands on the hips, pulling his shoulders out. No. Like he's bent in his back, his head is down, his voice is soft, his voice is polite. This is how he should stand and come in front of the parents. Or dua mango. Even doing all these things, we cannot fulfill the rights of the parents. We cannot do what is the right upon us. So to make up for it, make dua to Allah Ta'ala. और दुआ मांगो कि ए रब उन पर रहम फरमा जैसे कि उन्होंने मुझे छोटे से पाला और परवरिश किया. And keep making dua for them. Oh Allah, shower mercy upon them as they brought me up with care, love and compassion. So this is 3 things. 1, negative, don't abuse them. Don't behave in such a way which is disrespect to them. Positive, behave with them in a polite way and treat them with softness and care, and keep making dua. Ya Allah, shower your mercy upon them as they brought me up with care, love and compassion. all of us, inshallah, will know this verse. Keep repeating it, especially at home. And if you know the translation, just ponder upon the translation. If not, just go through a translation kitab, English, Urdu, so you know the meaning and try to follow it. Allah Ta'ala gives all of us tawfiq for it. अल्लाह ताला ने इस आयत में बड़े ज़ोर के साथ माँ बाप के मुतालिक नसीहत फरमाई है. The author writes that in this verse Allah Ta'ala has advised us in a very, very strong words concerning our parents, how we should behave with them. कि अव्वल तो तौहीद और अपनी इबादत का हुक्म फरमाया. So Allah Ta'ala first commanded us to make ibadat of Allah Ta'ala alone or associate partner with Him. उसके बाद माँ बाप के साथ एहसान का हुक्म फरमाया. After that, Allah commanded us to do good suluk, good behavior with the parents. As mentioned, not just stay on justice, go beyond and do ihsan. Treat them more than what is their right. और फिर उनका इतना लिहाज रखना ज़रूरी किया कि ज़रा सी बात की भी जिनसे उनको रंज हो इजाज़त नहीं दी. And further on, Allah Ta'ala commanded us, whatever troubles them from our side, Ya Allah Ta'ala made it forbidden. And the least of that is to say oof. So that is the least a trouble a child can give to his parents, that something happened and the son did not like it. He shows his displeasure by saying oof. Even that is not permissible. So the stages which are beyond that, higher, one can imagine how serious they will be. So if you remember these simple things, don't behave in such a way which distresses them, which displeases them, stay away from it. And the least of that, so don't even say that. The other matters, answering back, raising the voice, quarreling, arguing, so these are beyond the limits. और उनके सामने झुकने और आजीजी करने का हुक्म फरमाया. That lower yourself in front of them and make yourself humble in front of them in your behavior. So standing does not mean to stand, no, meaning be ready for the khidmat, be ready for the service. That whatever they want, that they don't need to say, we do it for them. Whatever that we do it, they don't even need to say, that we carry it out from our side. और आयत को माँ बाप के लिए दुआ और शफ़क़त पर ख़त्म फरमाया. And Allah ended the verse by saying, keep making dua for your parents and be caring and be compassionate to the parents. So this is the summary of this verse, that don't trouble them in any way. Comfort them, be polite with them, be caring for them, and even then we cannot fulfill the rights of the parents. Keep making dua to Allah Ta'ala to shower His mercy upon them and reward them for their ihsan upon us. इंसान जब माँ के रहम में होता है तो माँ उसकी हमल और विलादत के मुतालिक तरह तरह की मशक्क़तें बर्दाश्त करती है. When the child is the mother's womb, so at that time what the mother goes through, she bears all the troubles of the pregnancy because of the child. She's health does not stay good, she vomits, she has body aches, and all these things occur to the mother. This is bearing for 9 months. फिर जब वो पैदा होता है उसको दूध पिलाती और पेशाब पाखाने से उसको पाक और साफ करती है. And then the child is born, the mother, she feeds the child with her milk, and the small baby, it urinates, it dirties the clothes and everything. The mother, whether it's a daytime, nighttime, middle of the night, whatever, she gets up and she cleans the baby, she cleans everything. और उसकी तकलीफ़ों को बर्दाश्त करती है. And the small baby, he becomes ill, he's got the earache, he's got this trouble, that trouble. So the mother bears it, father also with him, with her. The mother bears more regarding these things. Taking the child to the doctor, staying with the doctor. The child has to stay in the hospital for a few days. The mother, she also stays with the child. So all these things we see with our own eyes in our homes, that neither the mother or any family member who has given a birth to a child, she goes through all these things. और उस पर यहाँ तक कि अपनी जान कुर्बान करती है. And the mother sacrifices her life over the child. She gives everything. She does not care for her food. She does not care for her clothes. All the attention is towards the baby, to look after her and see that he's in a good condition and good state. कि उसकी ज़र्रा बराबर तकलीफ से दर्दमंद और परेशान हो जाती है. The child, the small amount of trouble, the mother, she becomes pareshan and she becomes anxious in a state of anxiety until the child becomes in a good condition. यहाँ तक कि वो बच्चा जवान हो जाता है, till the child he becomes mature, strong, healthy and able to stand on his feet. Up till that time, the mother, she is behind, she forgets herself, the father also, and their all attention is towards the well-being of the child. इसी तरह उसका बाप उसको तहे दिल से महबूब समझता है और उसके खाने पीने पहनने की ज़रूरियात मुहैया करने में इंतहा दर्जा कोशिश करता है. In the same way, the father, he loves the children, the son, from the bottom of his heart, and he does all what he could do. You can see the parents, they're all worries about the children. What will they eat? Their clothes, everything. Because the parents, their clothes and everything, they don't worry. Whatever the food is cooked, they eat. But for the sake of the children, how much they make effort. So the father make a comfortable house, good food, good clothes, and to fulfill their needs. The father is always concerned about these things. और उसका सारा बोझ अपने सर रखता है. And he takes all the burden of the children. You can see your students, the parents say, you don't worry about money. You don't worry about earning. You also look after your money matters. You just concentrate on your work you sent for. Say, Papa, let me allow to work. I'll work and I'll earn some and then I'll study. But the father said, no, you concentrate on your work. I'll do the money earning. So that you do what you're supposed to do, and he takes all our responsibility over his head. और उसको अंजाम देता है, he fulfills his responsibilities. लिहाजा औलाद पर लाजिम हुआ कि माँ बाप के साथ अच्छा बर्ताव करें. So it's compulsory, important upon the children to behave well. They don't expect anything. You'll be going home. Your father and mother know life, but how much money you brought with you? What clothes have you brought for us? What gifts have you brought for us? No, they'll give all these things. What they want from us, good behavior, good action, and good habits. That's what they want from us. That is their gift. If we give them this, good behavior, good actions, and obedience, alhamdulillah, they got the gift. And if we can't give these things to them, then we have distressed them. और उनको झिड़कने से बाज रहे. We should not jerk at the parents. It's a very major sin. And it's asking for trouble. What we do today with our parents, in the future, most likely the children who he will have, they will treat him like that also. So, in whatever we want to be treated by our children, we can see that how we are treating our parents is a guideline. That if we are treating our parents well, hopefully, inshallah, when we will have children, they will also treat as well. And if you abuse the parents, and if you disrespect them, it is asking for trouble. Most likely when you become father, then his children will treat him like that. Then first-hand experience, he will realize how heartbreaking it is when the children, they abuse the parents. और उनकी शुक्रगुजारी में अपना बाजू उनके सामने झुकाएं. And the children should be grateful to the parents. That's what they do for us. They feed us, they clothe us, whatever. Beyond our need, they're all the time. Do you need anything? Do you need anything? Do you need new shoes? Do you need new jubbah? Do you want this? Do you want that? All the time, the parents for themselves, whatever they have, they suffice upon it. But you'll see the mother and father, so that is the love, that is a concern for the children, that they're always concerned that my child stays in a comfortable way, a good way. So, and in exchange, they don't expect any any financial benefit from us. And what they want from us, good behavior and good habits, good actions. That is our gift to our parents. So we should lower ourselves, be polite, be humble, caring to the parents. जैसे कि आयत से जाहिर हुआ और उनकी नाफरमानी से बहुत बचना चाहिए. One should be very, very fearful of disobeying parents and abusing the parents. कि ये खुला खसारा है. It's a sign of this person being at a loss in this world and the hereafter. Dunya or akhirat ka. To misbehave with the parents is a sign this person's worldly life will be a misery, and the life of the hereafter will be misery also. So one should, this is usually people will find that in a state of pareshani, the inner reason being they misbehave with the parents, but they do not realize. Their mind does not go towards that, and they try other solutions to solve it, but the root of that usually comes to troubling the parents, distressing the parents. So long as that is not corrected, no matter how much he makes effort, that he goes deeper and deeper into anxiety, distress and trouble, because parents not being happy with him. So the consequence is the child has to face, the son has to face in this world and the hereafter. So one should, the state of becoming happy, becoming alim. But if your parents are not happy with you, there is a danger, something might occur, your hifz might stay abrupt, your alim course might stay abrupt, you have to leave and get engaged in other matters. So it applies to that extent. The displeasure of parents, it comes in different ways. Somebody is a student, is becoming hafiz, or he's becoming alim, but his behavior with the parents is not good, they are not pleased with him. There is a danger that he might be deprived from knowledge of deen and practicing the deen. And applies in the worldly matters also. There is no barakat in his rozi, there is no barakat in his work, there is no barakat in his family life because of the distress of the parents, the effect of that. और चूँकि माँ अपने बच्चे की तकलीफ़ों को ज़्यादा बर्दाश्त करती है physically, the mother bears more than father. She keeps the child for 9 months in the stomach. She bears all the trouble because of that. And then once the child is born, then she looks after the child. The father earns them, but the physical trouble, mother bears more than the father. लिहाजा जनाब रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने माँ के साथ एहसान करने में ज़्यादा मुबालगा फरमाया है. So because of this, that mother bears more for the child, so Rasulullah emphasized the right of the mother and special treatment to the mother more than the father. That the son's attention should be towards mother more in making khidmat than the father. Father is a father, he's a man. So usually he can carry out his work himself. He does not ask. But the mother, she is a weaker and she needs more help, she needs more assistance. So Allah has also commanded us in a similar way, or Rasulullah has commanded us to give our attention, more attention towards looking after the mother. चुनांचे सहीहैन में हज़रत अबू हुरैरा रज़ी अल्लाह से रिवायत है कि एक शख्स ने सवाल किया कि या रसूल अल्लाह, मेरे हुस्न खिदमत का ज़्यादा मुस्तहिक कौन है? One person came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He asked, who is more entitled to my good behavior? The person asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, out of all the people, who is most entitled of my good behavior? Who should I do my best behavior with? Who should I start with? आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम फरमाया कि तुम्हारी माँ. Rasulullah replied, your mother, she is the most appropriate person of your good behavior, good treatment. Start with your mother. उसने अर्ज किया फिर कौन? The child asked, after mother, who is the next person? आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम फरमाया तुम्हारी माँ. Second time Rasulullah said, yeah, your mother, that she is the most appropriate person of your good behavior. उसने फिर पूछा, third time, after that, who is more appropriate of my good behavior? आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम फरमाया तेरी माँ. Third time Rasulullah said, your mother. So Rasulullah emphasized the mother's right 3 times. उसने अर्ज किया फिर कौन? Fourth time he asked, and after that, who? आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने चौथी मर्तबा फरमाया कि तुम्हारे बाप. And then fourth time said, your father. So start with the good behavior, good treatment with the mother, and then after mother, the father, and then so on. So start from home. As I said, you go to home, inshallah, you'll be meeting your parents, you'll be with your parents. So keep this bear in mind. We behave with our mother and father in such a way that please with us in every way. When it is concerning them, it's our personal matter. And the parents see you reading Quran Sharif, they will become happy. When they see you watching TV, they see you on your PlayStation, they'll become distressed. So it applies in everything. Very simple. That before we do anything, just think, will this make my parents happy or sad? So you will know what makes them happy, do it. What makes them distressed, disappointed, unhappy, stay away from it. Simple as that. Don't follow the nafs. Here again, you want to watch TV, but you know your parents will be disappointed. You want to go on your PlayStation, you want to stay late awake, but you know this will make my parents distressed, disappointed, so control your nafs. Don't do it. What will please them, do that. This is where we lose out, that we know what is good, what is bad, what will please our parents, what will displease them. But because of being overtaken by the nafs, even knowing that what I'm doing is wrong, but because of being overpowered by the nafs, we go ahead and we do it, and doing it, we displease the parents, we displease Allah Ta'ala, we please the shaitan, we please the nafs. माँ बाप की खिदमत के मुतालिक बहुत हदीसें वारिद हैं. Look after the parents and treat them well, behave with them well. Many hadiths have been narrated. चुनांचे इमाम नसाई ने हज़रत मुआविया बिन जाहिमा रज़ी अल्लाह से रिवायत की है कि हज़रत जाहिमा रज़ी अल्लाह ताला रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की खिदमत में हाजिर होकर सवाल किया कि या रसूलल्लाह, मैं जिहाद करना चाहता हूँ. One Sahabi came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he made a request. I intend to go out in jihad. आपसे मशवरा लेने आया हूँ. I've come to take your advice. What should I do? आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया, क्या तुम्हारी माँ मौजूद है? Rasulullah asked him, is your mother alive? जाहिमा ने कहा, जी हाँ मौजूद है. The Sahabi said, yes, my mother is alive. आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया, बस उसके पास रहो, क्या जन्नत उसके पाँव में है. Rasulullah said, stay with your mother, the Jannat is under her feet. Meaning, stay with her, do her khidmat, staying at home, doing her khidmat, you will get your purpose of acquiring Jannat, staying at home. So Rasulullah said, jihad, how great an act it is. But Rasulullah gave priority to looking after the mother over going into jihad. So again, there are two acts in front of us, both are virtuous acts. And which one we should do? If we know, then we should go for the better one. If not, defer to some alim, defer to some mufti sahib, and take mashwara from him, what he advises you, act according to that. That will be a better act here. Outwardly, jihad looks a more virtuous act, more act of ibadat. Then looking after a parent, Rasulullah gave priority, more importance, looking after the mother, and did not give permission for the first Sahabi going jihad. This is something. So here again, you want to go and play out. You want to go out and play football. You want to go out with your friends, but your friends, your mother, your father does not like it. So give priority to your parents' wish and don't go. Stay at home. So here, this type of situation occurs to us also. इमाम बैहक़ी ने हज़रत इब्न अब्बास रज़ियल्लाहु से रिवायत किया है कि फरमाया रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने, जो नेक लड़का अपने माँ बाप को मेहरबानी की नज़र से देखता है तो अल्लाह ताला उसकी हर नज़र पर हज मबरूर लिखते हैं. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a son who is pious, he looks at his parents' face with compassion and with honor and respect. Every time he looks at the parents' face, Allah writes for him on Maqbool Hajj. Imagine that going for Hajj, it's not easy. How much one has to acquire and do everything. The mother and father in the house, we look with respect and honor at their face. On every glance, we look at the parents, we acquire the reward of one Maqbool Hajj, accepted Hajj. Sahaba ne arz kiya, agarche rozana 100 martaba dekhe, Sahabas, so if somebody looks at his parents with respect and honor 100 times a day, he will get reward of 100 Hajj. Aap sallallahu alaihi wasallam, haan, Allah ki zaat bahut badi aur paak hai. So yes, if a son looks with respect and honor towards the parents 100 times a day, Allah will bless him the reward of 100 Hajj staying at home. So can you imagine the reward and the importance and the value of respecting parents in sight of Allah Ta'ala? Just you look at the parents with the respect and honor and we are obedient to them, such a great reward. So you're going home, there is opportunity for 1 week, so one should make most of it and acquire this benefit. और शर्ह सुन्ना में हज़रत आयशा रज़ियल्लाहु से रिवायत है कि फरमाया रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने कि मैं जन्नत में गया तो वहाँ क़िरात की आवाज़ सुनी. Rasulullah entered into Jannat either on the occasion of Mi'raj or in a dream. So I entered into Jannat and I heard someone reciting Quran Sharif in Jannat. मैंने कहा ये कौन शख्स है? So I asked, who is this person reciting Quran Sharif in Jannat? जवाब मिला कि हारिसा बिन नुअमान है. So the angels replied that he is one of your Sahaba, Harisa bin Nu'man. ये कि he is already in Jannat and he is reciting Quran Sharif. So how did he acquire this position? वालिदैन की खिदमत ऐसी ही चीज़ है, and he acquired the status of being entered into Jannat and tawfiq to recite Quran in Jannat. That was due to the khidmat of the parents. Due to khidmat of the parents, that as soon as he passed away, he was entered into Jannat. हारिसा बिन नुअमान अपनी माँ की बड़ी खिदमत किया करते थे. So this was the result of his good care, looking after the mother. As soon as he passed away, straight away Allah entered him into Jannah. So again, that going home is an occasion of making khidmat. Rather than taking khidmat from the parents, we make their khidmat, we work for them, we do what they want. That, like some mothers cooking food and their dishes on the sink, we start to wash it, we do the hoovering, we do the ironing. So all these are help to the parents. Inshallah, it will come under this category of making khidmat of the parents. इमाम तिर्मिज़ी ने हज़रत इब्न उमर रज़ी अल्लाह से रिवायत की है कि मेरी एक बीवी थी जिससे मुझको बहुत मोहब्बत थी. Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu, son of Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala, he was young in time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I was married, I had a wife, and I loved her very much. मगर मेरे वालिद हज़रत उमर रदियल्लाहु ताला अन्हु को पसंद नहीं थी. For some reason, Umar radiallahu ta'ala did not like my wife, and he told me to divorce her. बस उन्होंने मुझसे फरमाया कि उसको तलाक दे दे. So Umar told me to separate her. But since I loved her, I did not do so. मगर मैंने न माना. Abdullah bin Umar says, I did not listen and I did not divorce her. बस हज़रत उमर रज़ी अल्लाह ताला अन्हु ने रसूलुल्लाह से खिदमत में हाजिर होकर उसका जिक्र किया. So Umar रज़ी अल्लाह came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and mentioned this, that I am telling Abdullah to give his wife divorce, but he is not listening to me. तो आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम से फरमाया कि बेशक उसको तलाक दे दो. So Rasulullah sallallahu came to me and commanded me, listen to your father, do what your father wants you to do, and separate her, divorce her. उलमा ने कहा है कि अगर जानिब माँ बाप हों तब तो वालिदैन के कहने पर बीवी को तलाक देना वाजिब है, वरना नहीं. Because of the wife, the parents are troubled, the son does not fulfill the right of the parents, or because of the wife, the son is slipping away from deen, is drifting away from the deen, and because of that the parent says to divorce the wife, it becomes wajib on the son to divorce the wife. And if that is not the case, it is jaiz. So nevertheless, if this occurs, you become married, and such affliction occurs in the family, refer to some mufti sahab, tell him the situation and ask for the masla, not according to the advice. Don't take steps just by your own self. हज़रत इब्न उमर रज़ी अल्लाह ने एक शख्स को देखा कि अपनी माँ को गर्दन पर सवार किए हुए काबा का तवाफ कर रहा है. Abdullah bin Umar रज़ी अल्लाह ताला, he saw one person is lifting her old mother on the shoulders and making her do tawaf for Baitullah Sharif. All the time there were no wheelchairs, so people used these type of methods. So he was carrying his mother on his shoulders and make her do tawaf for Baitullah Sharif. बस उसने कहा कि ए इब्न उमर, आपके ख्याल में इसके एहसान का बदला मैंने कर दिया या नहीं. So the person came to Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and he asked that you see what I'm doing, I'm making my mother make tawaf on my shoulders, so have I fulfilled her right or not by doing this khidmat? Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu जवाब दिया कि नहीं, बदला तो दर्दे ज़ह के एक दर्द का भी नहीं दे सका. That Abdullah said that is saying of how you have fulfilled your right of your mother, that the one pang of pain she experienced at the time of your birth, you have not even compensated for that. So never mind fulfilling her right, that is something very far away. That when you are coming out, and the one pang of pain she experienced because of that, you have not even paid for that amount. But nevertheless, हाँ अलबत्ता तूने एक एहसान किया और अल्लाह ताला थोड़े पर ज़्यादा सवाब देते हैं. But what you done is a good act, and Allah Ta'ala is very merciful. Even a small amount of act, Allah Ta'ala rewards abundantly. So you done a good act, you'll be rewarded. but take this thought out of your mind that I have fulfilled the right of my parents. Sometimes the son is wealthy and he takes with his own money his parents to Hajj. So he's not fulfilled the right of the parents, but he's done a good act. With that this long, lengthy, mashallah topic. Hopefully this should be sufficient for us and should give us a guidance how to behave with our parents and brothers at home, and a simple that we behave in such a way our parents are happy with us and their happiness increases, and we come back in a way that they feel the happiness in their heart, and we can see on their face that my behavior with them was good, and alhamdulillah I came back in a good way. So it's a happy occasion going home, staying with parents, relatives, but with it, it's a test how we stay at home, how much we control ourselves, and how much we come near to our parents, and Allah Ta'ala also. Allah Ta'ala is a very, very important month of ibadat, month of Hajj, month of Qurbani, and good behavior with the parents going home. Allah give us tawfiq for it, give us tawfiq to control ourselves, and we come back, we have a feeling of satisfaction. Alhamdulillah, I managed to control myself, I won't owe my nafs, and not have a feeling of regret that I wasted myself, I wasted my time.
Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallah wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.